All right, so this is a quick update. I made a change. I noticed on the server here there was a higher throughput, a higher send rate than I was expecting, and I messed a little thing up in the code where I forgot to uncomment something. And so now this is a quick recap. I'm on a new IP address because I had to recreate another GameLift fleet, but we're in the same setup here. I'm going to, and the server's already running, and we're going to monitor a couple of things. So we should see a couple of benefits from doing this slightly in a new way here. Okay, so we get the first guy who comes in, and you see that now on the server over there, let me go over there. On the server, we're at a 1.5. That's what it should have been before. That's a lot better than 3 point something for just one client. So now here's the simulation. You can see they're still doing their thing. They're moving around. They're doing the random input from the client. I'm going to go ahead and get my... and you can also see, based on this thing that I commented out, the CPU usage over here on the server is actually much lower because we're sending a lot less stuff. So I kind of toned it down a little bit to the point where it's supposed to be here. So I'm going to start another client. I'll probably, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens to the CPU over on the client. So yeah, the CPU utilization on the client is also a bit less now because we're not inadvertently sending more stuff than was supposed to be sent. So it's going to take less CPU to process it. Although when I add in this third client, it's still going to go up close to 100% on my client CPUs here. But let's just see what we get. Oh, there they are. Okay. So yeah, we're still up close to 100%, but not quite. So we can see that on the server, you can take a look at the CPU utilization on the server. That is, it's much better than last time. And also you can take a look at this. The send rate for 3 is only at 4.4, somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't know what that dip was, but there we go. Let's go back and look at our guys, see how we're looking over here. So one of the things that I wanted to point out about this is the server is sending at 20 hertz. So that means 20 times a second the server is sending out all of the information for all the rotations and the root position of all of these guys for all their body parts and all that stuff. And I'm going to show you in the code real quick, or not in the code, but in the project real quick. I thought I was. There it is. Okay, thank you. All right, so that is going to be located on this guy. So this is what we spawn in, 100 of these. I'm going to open that prefab. And I wanted to show you on the GONet participants, it lists out all of the stuff that we're actually synchronizing. So you can take a look at, so we opted not to synchronize the position and rotation of the base game object, and instead we do the root position. That's where we get that. But you can see these little buttons right here. They can give you a quick link over to the GONet sync profile that's being used for that. So you can see that's set to 20 times per second that value gets synchronized. And that was the one that I was looking at just then was the root. That was the position. So all these other ones use the same, it's a different profile. So that's one profile for the root position, and then there's another profile here for the rotations, and they all use that same one. So I'll click that. And you can also see it's at 20 times a second. So if we wanted to increase that, what that would do is that would smooth out some of this rotation and movement that you see. And we can watch these guys. I'm trying to get kind of close. Kind of get close, get a couple of different angles in here so you can see what it looks like. I'm not doing a very good job of flying around, but you can kind of see from different angles. So if you wanted to increase that from 20 hertz up to another number, you would expect that the CPU load is going to go up on both the server and all the clients. But the real important one here is the server, right? Because pretty much everybody else is not going to be like me. They're not going to run three clients on their machine. Whoops, I keep doing the same thing. I know, didn't want to do that. I'm trying to go back to the server. There we go. So you can see that we're within these bounds here. So if we increased the hertz from 20 hertz to, let's say, 30 hertz, you know, the send rate is going to go up. The CPU utilization is going to go up. But you're going to get a slightly different quality over here if this is not good enough. So we can play around with that. I just wanted to show you that, just a quick little follow-up video, that's all. So I appreciate your time, and I will have everything squared away and ready for you.